Am I the asshole for leaving my niece's wedding reception early and taking my gift back? I'm 45 and I have a niece who is 22 and just got married last weekend. The family is blowing up with drama right now because of what I and my wife did. I must preface this by saying my family can be pushovers. They really all hate conflict and will definitely let themselves be run over by someone else in order to not cause a fight. I am not this way. The wedding was on Saturday. Catholic ceremony in a church that was at 3:30 p.m. The reception area was at a brewery about 15 minutes from the church. The reception was set to start at 5. Maybe this was stupid on the venue people. But they wouldn't open the bar or bring around the appetizers until the bride and groom arrived. Service ended around 4:30 and everyone was told to go to the reception. The wedding party had a limo to take them and a separate limo took the parents, grandparents, siblings. The couple is young and decided against family and the wedding party lol. It was 4 sorority sisters and fraternity brothers on each side. My wife and I drove. We got to the venue around 4:50 with the first family limo arriving around that time. By 5 I'd say all 150 guests were no bride and groom. The wedding coordinator was getting pissed as it's now 5:45 and no wedding party. We are all just standing around with no food or drinks. Someone was able to get a hold of the MOH around this point and apparently the bride and groom told the limo driver to stop at a liquor store and then drive around on the highway for an hour so the wedding party could get trashed. At around 6 the MOH said they should be arriving in the next 20 minutes. My wife and I looked at each other and said we are out. We thought it was horribly disrespectful for them to do that to all the guests. I told my brother Fob that we were leaving and taking the gift with us. He tried to plead by saying they're just kids, let them have fun, but I was having none of it. A few days after, I got an apology text from niece followed by an ask for the gift again. I said that I felt very disrespected and I didn't want to give a gift anymore. She snapped and called me an asshole. Not the asshole. Wedding guests are guests and shouldn't be treated so poorly by the wedding organizers, i.e. bride and groom. People took time out of their day and spent money to be there, all for the bride and groom to not even show up. Meaning nobody could eat or drink and just had to stand there awkwardly while the bride and groom got trashed. Personally, they're the assholes for me. Not the asshole. While I would have probably left the gift, I don't blame you for taking it. What they did was incredibly selfish and disrespectful. I think the fact that she immediately took back her apology and cursed you out when you didn't give her the gift speaks volumes about her character. That wasn't an apology. I'm assuming the gift was a check. Not the asshole. The maturity they showed by wanting to get trashed before the reception makes me wonder if they are mature enough for marriage. I have never heard of a venue to withhold food drink. Not the asshole. Was taking the gift back petty? Probably. But the type of petty I can endorse. What's the old saying? Fuck around and find out. Not the asshole. If it was down to them miscalculating time for wedding photography or something, then I might feel differently, but they were pre-gaming in the limo and gave zero fucks about their guests. It was incredibly rude of them. Not the asshole. If they're just kids, they shouldn't be getting married or hosting a wedding. Incredibly disrespectful on their part. I'm dying that she's asking for the gift. Save it for the second wedding. Not the asshole. People need to learn there are consequences to their actions. They were doing their thing without a care in the world for people waiting on them. You showed him the consequences. Of course she apologized, she wanted your gift. Did she apologize to any of the other 148 guests she pissed off? Not the asshole. Your niece made it very clear that her wedding guests only mattered as props for her to be the center of attention and material or monetary value. Not the asshole. I was barely 20 years old when I got married, and I would never have done that to my guests. If they wanted to goof off with their friends, that's what bachelorette parties are for. The audacity of asking for the gift after the fact is beyond me. They're not kids and you don't owe them anything. Not the asshole. How absolutely rude and trashy. Not the asshole. But perhaps everyone except the groom will get another chance at a subsequent wedding because these two currently sound too immature for adulthood. Not the asshole letting people stand around for 2 hours so you can get trashed. I would have taken the check back too and used the money to go have a nice dinner somewhere. They prioritized getting wasted over the comfort of their guests. Not the asshole. You are GHs. That's why getting married is for grown-ups. Not the asshole. But why wouldn't the venue serve anything until bride and groom got there? I've worked in events for years and never heard this. Not the asshole. As for the mixed replies re the gift, I would probably have taken the gift back and replaced it with an envelope containing a $10 bill. Not the asshole. And the excuse of they are just kids is ridiculous. If they are just kids and have this level of maturity, then they have no business getting married. Bahaha. She asked for her gift back. Tacky. Maybe this was stupid on the venue people. But they wouldn't open the bar or bring around the appetizers until the bride and groom arrived. This was the decision of bride and groom. They are paying the venue and caterer. So they decide when or if serving appetizers and pay bidding punch or wine before dinner. Not the asshole. Edit. Sometimes after wedding photos take an hour. So guests are provided with appetizer and drinks before wedding party returns and dinner begins. We have 150 people we're supposed to love and care about. But let's leave them for an hour. Thirsty and hungry. And go to the liquor store and get trashed like the trailer park trash we are. Not the asshole. This type of juvenile behavior should not be rewarded. I love how her tone went from apologetic to apeshit crazy in seconds. She's not sorry. She's only sorry about the loss of funds. I hope you were going to give her a great gift or a ton of cash. If they are just kids, then they should just throw a party on a Saturday night. Not have a wedding. If you wanna do adult stuff, then act like one. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. 2 hours is completely unacceptable even if food and drinks are being served. The bride showed her lack of maturity having the audacity to ask for the gift back. Not the asshole. If they wanted to fool around after the wedding, that's their prerogative, but withholding food and beverage service to make everyone wait on them like they're the kind and queen of England was ridiculous. I would have left, too. Not the asshole. I would have left around the 5:15 mark. Not the asshole. Traditional wedding photos take forever, especially when they want every combo of family with the bride and groom, and the wedding planner should make this clear to the guests. But that driving around stunt they pulled is way over the line and disrespectful.